I stood in my parents' dining room, my divorce ring heavy in my pocket. Candle wax scented the air, warm but stifling. Amanda's sharp perfume cut through sharp as her words. "Still doing paperwork, Vanessa?" she asked, her voice dripping with pity. My mother nodded, her eyes locked on Amanda's gleaming smile. Was I always the lesser sister in their eyes? Owen's small hand squeezed mine, his warmth anchoring my heart. Family photos lined the shelf, my face fading in every frame. I felt like a ghost unseen in my own family. Amanda sipped her wine, her laugh piercing the room. "Vanessa's fine with her little job," she said, dismissing me. My chest tightened, a familiar ache rising inside me. The table gleamed with Mom's old china, polished to perfection. Laughter filled the air, but none of it was mine. Why did I always feel like an afterthought? I traced the ring's cold edge, my fingers trembling slightly. 7 years after Mark's betrayal, I still carried it. Was I doomed to be overshadowed forever? Amanda's eyes flicked to me, smug and knowing. My heart pounded, but I forced a smile. I hadn't told them my secret yet. I'd been named Regional HR Director, a role Amanda craved. My triumph was hidden, burning inside me. Could I stay silent, or was it time to fight? The candles flickered, casting shadows on the wall. My mother's voice echoed, praising Amanda's latest success. I was invisible, but not for long. Owen's gaze met mine, his trust steadying me. I gripped the ring, its weight grounding my resolve. I wasn't the shadow sister anymore. If your family betrayed you, would you fight or stay silent? That night, I knew my answer burning bright. Where are you listening from? Share your story below. Morning light spilled through my Nashville apartment, soft but unyielding. The coffee pot gurgled its bitter aroma, waking me slowly. Was I enough for Owen after all we'd been through? In 2018, Mark's affair shattered our small world. I found texts on his phone, words meant for someone else. The divorce ring stayed in my pocket, a cold anchor. I rebuilt our life one quiet morning at a time. Owen's soccer cleats lay by the door, caked with mud. His laughter at breakfast warmed my weary heart. Our apartment was cozy, cluttered with his school projects. A photo of us hung crooked on the fridge door. Could I give him the life he deserved? My HR job kept us afloat, but it drained me. The office coffee machine buzzed a relentless hum. Was this all I'd ever amount to? I checked emails, my laptop screen glowing in the dark. Amanda's name appeared, her tone sharp and distant. She mentioned a big opportunity, leaving me out. Her success always overshadowed mine, even as kids. She was prom queen. I was the quiet sister. Why did her shadow still loom over me? Owen bounded in his backpack, slung over one shoulder. "Mom, you're coming to my game, right?" he asked. His trust steadied me like sunlight on my face. I nodded, my heart swelling with quiet pride. Our mornings were sacred, a routine we'd carved together. But Amanda's email gnawed at my fragile peace. At work, I sorted files, their edges soft and worn. Colleagues praised Amanda's latest pitch, their voices distant. Was I invisible even in my own office? I remembered childhood, her trophies lining Mom's shelf. My drawings stayed hidden, tucked in a dusty drawer. Her victories always drowned out my quiet efforts. Mark's betrayal had hardened me, but not enough. I'd learned to trust my instincts after his lies. Could I trust them now with Amanda? Driving Owen to practice, the radio hummed softly. His chatter filled the car, easing my doubts. Yet Amanda's words lingered sharp as a blade. She'd always been the star, the one who shone. I was the steady one, the one who stayed. Was that enough, or was I fading away? I saw the job posting late one night. Regional HR Director, the role I'd dreamed of. My heart raced as I typed my application. Amanda applied too, her confidence unshakable. Her email hinted she'd already won it. Did she know something I didn't? I tucked Owen into bed, his room cozy with posters. The divorce ring pressed against my thigh heavy. I wasn't ready to lose again. The laptop glowed, the job posting still open. My fingers hovered, heart pounding with hope. Could I step out of her shadow this time? I brewed another coffee, its scent grounding me. Owen's snores drifted from his room, soft and steady. The kitchen clock ticked, marking my resolve. Every night I checked his homework, his dreams. His trust in me was my anchor, unwavering. Was I strong enough to fight for us? I recalled Mom's voice praising Amanda's every step. My efforts were quiet, unnoticed, but steady. Could I finally make them see me? The office was silent, save for the printer's hum. I drafted my application, pouring my heart into it. Amanda's shadow loomed, but I pushed forward. Owen's soccer jersey lay folded on the couch. His pride in me was worth more than gold. Was I ready to claim my own victory? The divorce ring felt colder, heavier each day. It reminded me of battles I'd already won. Could I win this one for Owen and me? Late at night, I stared at the ceiling. Amanda's email burned in my mind, taunting. Was she already planning to take this from me? I closed my laptop, the screen fading to black. Owen's laughter from earlier echoed in my heart. I wasn't just fighting for a job. This was for us, for our future, our legacy. The kitchen was quiet, the coffee pot still. If you had to compete with family, would you fight or step back? The office air felt heavy, thick with unspoken tension. My coffee sat cold, untouched on my cluttered desk. Was I imagining Amanda's shadow creeping over my work? I submitted my application for regional HR director last week. My heart pounded as I clicked send, hope flickering. The laptop screen glowed, casting shadows across my hands. At lunch, colleagues buzzed about Amanda's latest pitch. Her sharp laugh echoed from the break room. Why did they always praise her first? I scrolled through emails, my fingers pausing midair. An old message from Amanda caught my eye. She'd forwarded my resume to the hiring manager. Vanessa's reliable but not leadership material, she wrote. My stomach twisted, a knot of raw betrayal. Had she deliberately tried to sabotage my chance? The office printer hummed, spitting out endless reports. I gripped my pen, its plastic edges digging in. Was I paranoid, or was she undermining me? I remembered her at the reunion, her smirk cutting deep. Still doing paperwork, she'd asked, voice like a blade. Her words lingered, gnawing at my confidence. Back home, Owen's soccer ball rolled across the floor. His chatter about school filled the quiet apartment. Could I shield him from my growing doubts? I opened my laptop, its dim glow lighting the room. Another email from Amanda, vague but taunting. She hinted at her big win again. Her confidence was unshakable, like always. As kids, she took the spotlight without effort. Why did I always fade into her shadow? At work, I overheard whispers in the hallway. Amanda's a shoo-in for the promotion, they said. My chest tightened, an ache I couldn't shake. I checked my application status, heart racing fast. No response yet, just silence from the system. Was Amanda pulling strings behind my back? The office clock ticked, relentless and unforgiving. I sorted files, their edges worn from constant use. Was I invisible even in my own space? I recalled Mom's voice praising Amanda's every step. My efforts were quiet, steady, always unnoticed. Had I always been the lesser sister? Owen's soccer game was that evening under floodlights. His cheers from the field lifted my heavy spirit. But Amanda's email burned in my mind. I drove home, the radio humming a soft tune. Streetlights flickered, casting shadows on my windshield. Could I trust my instincts this time? At dinner, Owen talked about his math test. His bright smile was my only anchor. Was I strong enough to fight for us? I found another email buried deep in my inbox. Amanda had copied the CEO, discrediting my work. My hands trembled, anger rising like a tide. The divorce ring pressed against my thigh, heavy. Mark's betrayal had taught me to spot lies. Was Amanda's betrayal any different? I stared at the ceiling that night, sleepless. The apartment was quiet, save for Owen's soft snores. Could I confront her or keep digging for proof? The kitchen clock ticked, marking my growing resolve. I wasn't ready to let her win this time. My application was my fight, my chance. I brewed coffee, its bitter scent grounding me. Owen's soccer jersey lay folded on the couch. Was I ready to step into the light? The laptop glowed, my application still pending. Amanda's words echoed sharp and dismissive. I wasn't just fighting for a job. This was for Owen, for our future, our legacy. The office was silent, save for my heartbeat. I had to know the truth about her. Every night I checked Owen's homework, his dreams. His trust in me was unwavering, pure. Could I be the mother he believed in? I recalled Amanda's childhood victories, always celebrated. My quiet efforts were buried, forgotten. Was I doomed to repeat that pattern? The office coffee machine buzzed, a familiar drone. I drafted emails, my fingers steady but tense. Could I outshine her just this once? Owen's laughter from practice echoed in my mind. His pride in me was worth more than gold. Was I brave enough to claim my victory? The divorce ring felt colder, heavier each day. It reminded me of battles I'd already won. Could I win this one for us? Late at night, I lay awake, heart pounding. Amanda's email taunted me, a silent threat. Was she already planning to take this from me? I closed my laptop, the screen fading to black. Owen's snores were a soft, steady rhythm. I wasn't just fighting for a title. This was my worth, my place, my voice. The kitchen was quiet, the coffee pot still. Would you confront your sister or keep digging for proof? Rain streaked my windshield, blurring the Nashville streets outside. The divorce ring pressed cold against my thigh, heavy. Was Amanda stealing my future just like Mark? Late last night, I found her email to the CEO. Vanessa lacks the vision for leadership, she wrote coldly. My heart sank, betrayal slicing through my core. The office was silent, save for the printer's low hum. I clutched my coffee mug, its warmth fading fast. How could my own sister do this to me? I drove to her office, hands gripping the steering wheel. Her glass-walled corner office gleamed under fluorescent lights. She sat there confident, unaware of my discovery. Amanda, we need to talk, I said, voice steady. Her smile faltered, eyes narrowing with faint suspicion. Was she hiding more than I already knew? You sent that email to undermine me, I accused. She laughed, sharp and dismissive, leaning back casually. Vanessa, you're not cut out for this role. Her words echoed Mom's from our childhood years. Be more like Amanda, she'd said, always praising her. Why was I never enough for them? The office air felt thick, suffocating my resolve. Her expensive perfume stung my nose sharp and bold. Had I been blind to her jealousy all along? I remembered our youth, her trophies shining on shelves. My quiet efforts stayed hidden, always overlooked. Was this betrayal just another of her victories? You're jealous, she said, her voice icy cold. My chest tightened, anger mixing with deep hurt. How could she twist this against me now? I drove home, the radio silent, rain pounding hard. Owen's soccer ball rolled in the back seat, muddy. Could I shield him from this family's shadows? At home, my laptop glowed, casting a dim light. Another email from Amanda, taunting and vague. She'd copied colleagues praising her own vision. Her confidence was a wall I couldn't climb. As kids, she took the spotlight so effortlessly. Why did I still feel so small beside her? I tucked Owen into bed, his room warm, cozy. His posters glowed faintly under the soft lamplight. Was I strong enough to fight for us? The divorce ring felt heavier, a constant reminder. Mark's lies had taught me to see truth. Was Amanda's betrayal any different from his? I recalled Mom's voice, always lifting Amanda up. My drawings stayed buried in their dusty drawer. Had I always been invisible to them? The kitchen clock ticked, relentless and steady. I brewed coffee, its bitter scent grounding me. Could I let her take this dream from me? At work, colleagues avoided my gaze, whispering softly. Amanda's got the promotion locked, one said. My hands trembled, resolve hardening like steel. I found another email buried in my inbox. She'd discredited my work to the entire team. My anger flared, a fire I couldn't contain. I stared at the ceiling that night, sleepless. Owen's soft snores drifted through the quiet apartment, and was I ready to confront her fully now? The office files sat stacked, their edges worn. I drafted my response, heart pounding with purpose. Could I prove them wrong about me? I drove to Owen's practice, his cheers echoing loudly. His bright smile was my anchor, steady true. Was I brave enough to claim my worth? The rain slowed streetlights glinting on wet pavement. Amanda's words replayed sharp and cutting deep. I wasn't just fighting for a job. This was for Owen, for our future, our legacy. The divorce ring burned against my skin cold. I had to stand up to her lies. Every night I checked Owen's homework, his dreams. His trust in me was unwavering, pure, strong. Could I be the mother he believed in? I recalled Amanda's smirk at the family reunion. Her victories always overshadowed my quiet strength. Was I doomed to stay in her shadow? The office coffee machine buzzed a familiar drone. I sorted files, my fingers steady but tense. Could I outshine her just this once? Owen's laughter from practice lingered in my mind. His pride in me was worth more than gold. Was I ready to claim my own victory? The divorce ring felt colder, heavier each day. It reminded me of battles I'd already won. Could I win this one for us both? Late at night, I lay awake, heart racing fast. Amanda's email taunted me, a silent, cruel threat. Was she planning to take everything from me? I closed my laptop, the screen fading to black. Owen's snores were a soft, steady rhythm. I wasn't just fighting for a title. This was my worth, my place, my voice. The kitchen was quiet, the coffee pot still. If your sister betrayed you, would you expose her? The rain had stopped, but my heart felt heavy. I sat alone in my apartment, staring at the ceiling. Was I enough for Owen, for myself? The email arrived that morning, sharp and unexpected. I'd made the shortlist for regional HR director. My laptop screen glowed a faint spark of hope. Amanda's betrayal lingered, a wound still raw. Her email to the CEO echoed in my mind. How could my sister dismiss me so easily? I brewed coffee, its bitter scent filling the kitchen. Owen's soccer jersey lay folded on the couch. Could I rise above her shadow this time? At work, colleagues whispered, their voices low, distant. Amanda didn't make the cut, one said quietly. My chest tightened, relief tangled with dread. I drove to Owen's school, the air crisp outside. His backpack swung as he ran to me. Was I strong enough to carry his trust? In the car, he talked about his science project. His bright smile warmed me, easing my doubts. But Amanda's words still cut sharp and deep. I met Lisa at the coffee shop that evening. The espresso machine hissed steam, clouding the air. You're better than Amanda, she said, voice firm. Her words sparked something, a flicker of resolve. I clutched my divorce ring, its weight steadying me. Could I believe in myself like she did? Lisa leaned forward, her eyes fierce and steady. Prove them wrong, Vanessa. You've earned this. My heart raced, torn between fear and hope. At home, I tucked Owen into bed, his room cozy. His posters glowed under the soft lamplight. Was I enough to make him proud? The kitchen clock ticked, relentless and unforgiving. I opened my laptop, the shortlist email still open. Amanda had failed, but I was still here. I remembered her smirk at the family reunion. Still doing paperwork she'd mocked, voice cold. Why did her words still haunt my heart? My hands trembled as I read the email again. The CEO had praised my portfolio, not hers. Was this my chance to finally shine? I recalled Mom's voice, always praising Amanda's wins. My quiet efforts stayed buried, unnoticed, forgotten. Had I always been invisible to them? Owen's laughter from earlier echoed in my mind. His trust in me was worth more than gold. Could I fight for him, for us both? The divorce ring pressed against my thigh, heavy. Mark's betrayal had nearly broken me once. Was I strong enough to face Amanda's lies? I stood in the kitchen, coffee cup gone cold. The fridge hummed, Owen's photo pinned to it. Was I ready to claim my own worth? Lisa's words replayed, fierce and unwaveringly true. You're better than her, she'd said, believing. Could I believe that deep in my core? The office files waited, stacked on my desk. I'd poured my heart into that application. Was it enough to outshine Amanda's betrayal? I lay awake that night, heart pounding fast. Owen's soft snores drifted through the apartment. Could I be the mother he believed in? The shortlist email was a spark of chance. Amanda's failure was real, but so was mine. Was I brave enough to seize this moment? I recalled childhood, her trophies gleaming bright. My drawings stayed hidden in their drawer. Was I doomed to stay in her shadow? The coffee shop's warmth lingered in my memory. Lisa's voice echoed, urging me to fight. Could I step into the light at last? I clutched the ring, its cold metal grounding me. This wasn't just about a job anymore. It was about proving I was enough. The kitchen was quiet, the coffee pot still. Owen's photo smiled from the fridge door. I wasn't ready to give up yet. Every night I checked Owen's homework, his dreams. His trust was my anchor, unwavering, pure. Could I be the woman he saw in me? I sat at the kitchen table, laptop open. The email's words blurred my eyes, stinging. Was this my moment to break free? The divorce had left scars deep and lasting. Amanda's betrayal reopened them, raw and painful. Could I heal by fighting for my place? I remembered Owen's smile at his school gate. His pride in me was a quiet strength. Was I ready to stand tall for him? The clock ticked on, marking my resolve. The apartment felt smaller, but I didn't. When you're at your lowest, do you fight or give up? The office printer hummed, spitting out my portfolio pages. Owen's cheers echoed from his room, bright and joyful. Was this my chance to prove my worth? I'd made the shortlist, but Amanda's betrayal lingered. Her email to the CEO still burned my mind. Could I trust anyone but myself now? I sorted through files, their edges worn and soft. The coffee machine buzzed, its bitter scent grounding me. This wasn't just a job, it was my value. I met my lawyer that afternoon, clutching my papers. Her office smelled of leather and polished wood. Could I secure Owen's future no matter what? She reviewed my finances, her pen scratching softly. Solid plan, she said, nodding with quiet approval. My heart steadied, confidence flickering like a flame. At home, I practiced my interview voice, low, steady. The kitchen clock ticked, relentless and unforgiving. Was I ready to face the final panel? Amanda's rumors reached me through office whispers. She's desperate, colleagues murmured, echoing her lies. Why did her words still wound so deeply? I opened my laptop, its screen casting a dim glow. My portfolio was strong, filled with my successes. Could I outshine her shadow this time? Owen bounded in a soccer ball under his arm. Mom, you'll crush it, he said, grinning wide. His faith warmed me like sunlight on my skin. I recalled her smirk at the family reunion. Still doing paperwork, she'd mocked, voice icy. Was I doomed to stay the lesser sister? The divorce ring pressed against my thigh, heavy, cold. Mark's betrayal had taught me to fight back. Was Amanda's betrayal any less painful? I drove to the lawyer's office again, rain falling lightly. Street lights glinted on the wet pavement outside. Could I build a future free of her lies? At work, I overheard more whispers, sharp and cruel. Amanda spreading doubts about Vanessa, one said. My chest tightened, anger rising like a tide. I drafted my presentation, fingers steady but tense. The office was quiet, save for my racing heartbeat. Was I strong enough to claim this victory? I tucked Owen into bed, his room cozy, warm. His posters glowed faintly under the soft lamplight. Could I be the mother he believed in? The conference flyer lay on my kitchen counter. Its bold text promised a life-changing moment. Was this my chance to rewrite my story? I remembered Mom's voice praising Amanda's every win. My quiet efforts stayed buried, always unnoticed. Why did I still feel so small beside her? The coffee pot clicked off, silence settling in. Owen's snores drifted softly from his room. Could I step into the light at last? I reviewed my portfolio again, heart pounding fast. Each page was proof of my hard-won successes. Was it enough to silence Amanda's lies? Lisa's words echoed from our coffee shop meeting. You're better than her, she'd said, fierce and true. Could I believe that deep in my core? The office files were stacked, ready for review. I'd poured my heart into every project listed. Was I ready to face the panel's scrutiny? I drove to Owen's practice, his cheers ringing out. His smile was my anchor, steady and true. Could I fight for him, for us both? The divorce ring felt colder, heavier each day. It reminded me of battles I'd already won. Was I brave enough to win this one? Late at night, I lay awake, thoughts racing wildly. Amanda's rumors taunted me, a silent, cruel threat. Could I rise above her vicious words? I closed my laptop, the screen fading to black. The kitchen was quiet, the fridge humming softly. This was my worth, my place, my voice. Every night I checked Owen's homework, his dreams. His trust in me was unwavering, pure, strong. Could I be the woman he saw in me? I recalled Amanda's childhood victories, always celebrated. My drawings stayed hidden, buried in dusty drawers. Was I doomed to repeat that old pattern? The conference was days away, looming ever larger. My portfolio was ready, my resolve even stronger. Could I stand tall in front of everyone? I brewed another coffee, its scent steadying me. Owen's soccer jersey lay folded on the couch. Was I prepared to claim my own victory? The office was silent, save for my steady breathing. I rehearsed my speech, voice firm, unwavering. Could I prove them wrong about me? I remembered Owen's grin at his soccer practice. His pride in me was worth more than gold. Was I strong enough to make him proud? The conference flyer gleamed under the kitchen light. Its promise of change felt real, tangible now. Could I seize this moment for myself? I sat at the kitchen table, portfolio open. Each achievement was a step out of her shadow. Was I ready to show the world? The divorce had left scars deep and lasting. Amanda's betrayal reopened them, raw and painful. Could I heal by fighting for my place? I recalled Lisa's voice, fierce and encouraging. "You've earned this," she'd said, believing in me. Could I believe in myself just as fiercely? The clock ticked on, marking my growing resolve. The apartment felt smaller, but I felt bigger. Was I ready to rewrite my own story? I clutched the ring, its cold metal grounding me. This wasn't just about a job anymore. It was about proving I was enough. The kitchen was quiet, the coffee pot still. Owen's photo smiled from the fridge door. Would you go public with your triumph or stay quiet? Have you ever fought for your worth? Share below. The conference flyer gleamed on my kitchen counter. Owen's soccer ball rolled nearby, muddy and worn. Was I ready to step into the spotlight? I rehearsed my speech, my voice low, steady. The kitchen clock ticked, relentless and unforgiving. Could I prove my worth to everyone there? I'd invited my family, keeping my secret close. Amanda would be there, unaware of my triumph. Would her smirk finally fade when I shone? The office was quiet, save for the printer's hum. I stacked my portfolio pages, crisp and heavy. This was my proof, my heart on paper. I brewed coffee, its bitter scent grounding me. Owen's jersey lay folded on the couch. Could I make him proud at the conference? I drove to the convention center, heart racing fast. The Nashville skyline loomed sharp against the dusk. Was this my moment to rewrite my story? Inside, the lobby buzzed with polished professionals. My heels clicked on the marble floor, echoing. Could I hold my own among them? I adjusted my blazer, smoothing its soft fabric. The divorce ring pressed against my thigh, cold. Was I strong enough to face Amanda's gaze? I recalled her email discrediting my every effort. Vanessa lacks vision, she'd written so cruelly. Why did her betrayal still sting so deeply? At home, I'd tucked Owen into bed, his room cozy. His posters glowed under the soft lamplight. Could I be the mother he believed in? The conference stage loomed bright under harsh lights. I practiced my speech, my hands trembling slightly. Was I ready to claim my place? Lisa's voice echoed from our coffee shop talk. "You're better than her," she'd said, fierce. Could I believe that deep in my core? I checked my portfolio again, fingers steady now. Each page was a testament to my work. Was it enough to silence Amanda's lies? The office files had been my quiet battleground. I'd poured my heart into every project listed. Could I stand tall before the CEO? I drove to Owen's practice, his cheers ringing out. His smile was my anchor, steady and true. Could I fight for him, for us both? The divorce ring felt heavier, a constant reminder. Mark's betrayal had nearly broken me once. Was I brave enough to win this time? Late at night, I lay awake, thoughts racing wildly. Amanda's rumors taunted me a silent threat. Could I rise above her cruel words? I closed my laptop, its screen fading to black. The kitchen was quiet, the fridge humming softly. This was my worth, my place, my voice. Every night I checked Owen's homework, his dreams. His trust in me was unwavering, pure, strong. Could I be the woman he saw in me? I recalled Amanda's smirk at the family reunion. Still doing paperwork, she'd mocked voice cold. Was I doomed to stay in her shadow? The conference hall was vast, lights glaring bright. I walked the stage, my steps firm, deliberate. Could I own this moment fully, completely? I smoothed my speech notes, their edges soft. Each word was crafted to showcase my strength. Was I ready to face the crowd's eyes? The coffee shop's warmth lingered in my memory. Lisa's encouragement echoed, urging me forward. Could I step into the light at last? I stood in my apartment mirror, reflecting me. My blazer fit perfectly, my resolve even stronger. Was I prepared to show them all? The divorce had left scars deep and lasting. Amanda's betrayal reopened them, raw and painful. Could I heal by claiming my victory? I recalled Owen's grin at his soccer practice. His pride in me was worth more than gold. Was I strong enough to make him proud? The conference flyer promised a life-changing day. Its bold text felt real, tangible, urgent now. Could I seize this moment for myself? I sat at the kitchen table, portfolio open wide. Each achievement was a step out of her shadow. Was I ready to show the world? The office was silent, save for my breathing. I rehearsed again, my voice firm, unwavering. Could I prove them wrong about me? I drove to the convention center, dawn breaking softly. The city stirred alive with quiet promise. Was this my chance to rewrite my life? The lobby's chatter filled my ears, overwhelming. My portfolio felt heavy, but so did my resolve. Could I stand tall before my family? I recalled Mom's voice, always praising Amanda's wins. My quiet efforts stayed buried, unnoticed, forgotten. Why did I still feel so small? The stage lights warmed my skin, almost blinding. I gripped my notes, heart pounding with purpose. Was I ready to claim my triumph? The CEO's email had confirmed the announcement. My name would be called, my work praised. Could I face Amanda's shock without faltering? I stood backstage, my breath steady, calm. The divorce ring anchored me, cold but firm. Is this justice, or am I going too far? The stage lights burned bright, warming my skin. I gripped the podium, its wood smooth, steady. Was this my moment to finally shine? The Nashville Convention Center buzzed with anticipation. My portfolio lay open, pages crisp and proud. Could I prove them wrong once and for all? CEO Laura Bennett stepped forward, her voice clear. Vanessa Carter, our new regional HR director. The applause roared, drowning out my racing heart. I glanced at Amanda, her face pale, frozen. Her sharp perfume lingered faint in the air. Had her smirk vanished for good this time? My parents sat in the crowd, eyes wide, beaming. Mom's hands clasped tight, pride replacing doubt. Was I finally enough in their eyes? I spoke, my voice steady, words flowing freely. Each sentence was proof of my hard work. Could they see the woman I'd become? Owen's grin flashed from the front row, radiant. His soccer jersey peeked out, slightly wrinkled. Was I the mother he'd always believed in? Amanda shifted in her seat, her gaze averted. Her email to the CEO echoed cruel and cutting. Why had she tried to break me? The applause faded, the crowd settling down. I stepped off the stage, heart still pounding. Had I just rewritten my family's story? Backstage, Amanda approached her steps, hesitant, slow. Her voice trembled barely above a whisper. Vanessa, how did you do this? I met her eyes steady but not unkind. I worked for it, Amanda. Unlike you. Could I forgive her after all this pain? She swallowed hard, her hands twisting nervously. I was jealous, she admitted, voice breaking. My chest tightened, a mix of hurt, relief. The divorce ring pressed against my thigh, cold. Mark's betrayal had scarred me, but I'd healed. Was Amanda's apology enough to mend us? I'm sorry, she said, tears welling up. Her words hung heavy, raw, and sincere. Could I let go of this anger now? I nodded, my heart softening but guarded. I forgive you, I said, voice calm, firm. Was this closure or just a new beginning? The conference hall hummed, voices swirling around us. My parents approached, their faces soft, apologetic. Had they finally seen my quiet strength? Dad hugged me, his grip warm, unfamiliarly proud. You did it, Vanessa, he said, voice thick. Was I no longer the lesser sister? Mom's eyes glistened, her smile hesitant, warm. We underestimated you, she said, voice low. Could I trust their pride after years of doubt? Owen ran to me, his hug fierce, joyful. Mom, you were awesome, he said, beaming. His faith was my anchor, pure, unwavering. The stage lights dimmed, the crowd thinning out. My portfolio felt lighter, my burden lifted. Had I proven my worth to myself too? I recalled Lisa's words at the coffee shop. You're better than her, she'd said, fierce. Could I believe that deep in my core? The divorce had left scars deep and lasting. Amanda's betrayal reopened them, raw, painful. Was this triumph my path to healing? I walked to my car, the night air cool. Streetlights glinted on the wet pavement outside. Could I carry this victory into my future? At home, I tucked Owen into bed, smiling. His posters glowed under the soft lamplight. Was I strong enough to keep shining? The kitchen clock ticked, steady and familiar. I brewed coffee, its scent grounding my thoughts. Had I found my place at last? Every night I checked Owen's homework dreams. His trust in me was worth more than gold. Could I be the woman he saw in me? I recalled Amanda's smirk at the family reunion. Still doing paperwork she'd mocked so cruelly. Was her apology enough to close that wound? The conference flyer lay crumpled on my counter. Its promise had come true against all odds. Could I hold on to this moment forever? I sat at the kitchen table, heart full, calm. Owen's photo smiled from the fridge door. Was this justice, my quiet, hard-won victory? The office files were behind me, now done. I'd poured my heart into every achievement. Could I trust this peace I'd found? I recalled Mom's voice, always praising Amanda. My quiet efforts had been buried unnoticed. Was I finally free of her shadow? The convention center's roar lingered in my ears. Laura's praise echoed, validating my work. Had I rewritten my story for good? I stood in my apartment mirror, reflecting me. My blazer hung neatly, my resolve unshaken. Was I ready to embrace my new life? The divorce ring felt lighter, less oppressive now. It reminded me of battles I'd already won. Could I let go of its weight soon? Late at night, I lay awake, heart steady. Owen's snores drifted softly through the apartment. Was this the closure I'd been seeking? The kitchen was quiet, the coffee pot still. My portfolio rested, its pages no longer needed. Would you forgive your betrayer after winning? The kitchen lights glowed warm in my new Nashville home. Owen's artwork hung proudly on the fridge door. Was this the peace I'd fought so hard for? 6 months had passed since the conference triumph. I hosted a family dinner, the table set with care. Could I trust this newfound harmony with them? The oven hummed, roasting chicken filling the air. My parents arrived, a framed article in hand. Had they finally seen my worth truly? The article praised my role as regional HR director. Its bold headline gleamed under the soft light. Was this my legacy, etched in print? Owen bounded in his soccer ball underarm. Mom's the boss now, he said, grinning wide. His pride warmed me deeper than words. Amanda followed her steps, hesitant, eyes soft. Her apology at the conference lingered, raw, sincere. Could I fully let go of her betrayal? She hugged me, her embrace tentative but warm. I'm proud of you, Vanessa, she whispered. Was this the start of a new bond? The dining room buzzed with quiet conversation. Mom's old china clinked, a familiar grounding sound. Had I rebuilt more than just my career? I recalled the conference, the stage lights blazing. Laura's voice had echoed, naming me the winner. Was that moment the end of my shadows? Dad raised a glass, his smile broad, genuine. To Vanessa's strength, he said, voice thick. Could I believe their love was real now? I sipped my wine, its warmth spreading slowly. Owen's laughter filled the room, pure and bright. Was this the life I dreamed for us? The divorce ring sat in a drawer untouched. Mark's betrayal felt distant, a faded scar. Had I healed enough to leave it behind? I looked at Amanda, her face softer now. Her jealousy had hurt, but I'd risen above. Could I forgive her completely for myself? The kitchen clock ticked steady and familiar. I cleared the plates, my heart light full. Was this closure, this quiet, joyful night? Every night I checked Owen's homework, his dreams. His trust in me was my greatest treasure. Could I be the mother he deserved always? I recalled Mom's voice once praising only Amanda. My quiet efforts had been buried unnoticed. Was I finally free of that old pain? The framed article hung on my living room wall. Its words were proof of my hard-won victory. Did it capture the woman I'd become? Owen shared my story with his friends proud. Mom beat the odds, he'd say, eyes shining. Was this the legacy I'd leave for him? The conference applause still echoed in my memory. My portfolio had spoken louder than Amanda's lies. Had I rewritten my family's view forever? I stood in my kitchen, the dishes done. The fridge hummed Owen's artwork, bright, colorful. Was this home the start of something new? Amanda lingered after dinner, helping with cleanup. Her smile was hesitant, but no longer cold. Could we rebuild what her betrayal broke? I recalled Lisa's words at the coffee shop. "You're better than her," she'd said, fierce. Did I finally believe that in my core? The divorce had scarred me deep and lasting. Amanda's betrayal reopened wounds raw, painful. Had this victory healed me for good? I sat at the dining table, heart calm, steady. The wine glasses sparkled under the chandelier. Was this the life I'd fought to build? Every morning I brewed coffee, routine, grounding me. Owen's laughter filled our home, my heart. Could I carry this peace into the future? I looked at my parents, their pride unmistakable. Their apologies at the conference felt real, honest. Had I earned their respect at last? The kitchen was quiet, the oven cooling down. Owen's soccer ball rested by the door. Was I ready to embrace this new chapter? I recalled Amanda's smirk, once so cutting. Her apology had softened that memory slightly. Could I let go of the hurt fully? The framed article was more than a trophy. It was proof I'd stepped out of shadows. Was I strong enough to keep shining? I tucked Owen into bed, his room cozy. His posters glowed under the soft lamplight. Could I be his hero always, forever? The conference had changed me inside and out. I'd stood tall, my voice clear, unwavering. Had I found my true self that day? I stood in my new home, heart full. The future felt open, bright, and mine. Have you overcome betrayal? Share your story below.